Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. If you remember, I had made a very silly mistake of cutting off the Crassula Red Pagoda. I had taken a pup and then it was left out in rain, due to which the mother plant happened to get rotted, if you might have seen that video. And this was the cutting that I had taken from the mother plant, which I shouldn't have done, but it's okay. Mistakes do happen. So now we are going to check how the roots tend to look like. You can see it has already rooted. Now, if this pup would have had some issues, I would have been really mad at myself for cutting off the mother plant. Any which ways, whatever has happened. So our pup that we had separated has put out a good amount of roots. So it's time to put it into the soil. And even my Graptosedum ghosty as well, if you remember, they had also put up roots. And you can see what I'm going to do is I will just make a small little dent in the soil and push the soil against it. That's it. We do not need to put a lot of pressure and push it into the soil. The roots can easily break. So we're just going to place it like that. The same thing goes with this Graptosedum ghosty as well. I'll put them in the same pot because I don't have much space right now. So we will cover it up with soil. As and when the plant will start to grow, the roots will get anchored into the soil. The same thing over here. So we're going to push it up. Now, I know it looks a little bit crowded, but these are vertical growing succulents. Both the Crassula as well as the ghosty, they tend to grow vertically, so I don't have to be worried. If it was a haworthia, I cannot put them that close because then again I'll have to repot it after some time. But because these are vertical growing succulents, I do not need to be worried. So now all we have to do is just keep it aside in indirect bright light because we have just potted them. Apart from that, you can see there is a little bit of stretching on the Graptosedum ghosty, and that's the reason why we had done the cutting on the first place. So we have to keep it in indirect bright light until they start looking a little bit more compact and they start getting a good amount of color. Both of these succulents are from the genus that requires direct sunlight. So we will acclimate them and start putting them out in direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Both of them get beautiful colors, as you might have seen in my other videos as well. Watering, guys, again, I'll have to wait for some time, at least for another 5 to 6 days, because the succulents are not dehydrated. They're very well hydrated, so I do not need to be worried. If they were dehydrated, I would have watered after, let's say, 3 to 4 days. But as of now, I'm going to leave them on their own. They are going to be kept in indirect bright light where there is a good amount of air circulation. But a lot of people do ask me how to water them. Either you can go with top watering by watering it from above, or you can do bottom watering. Let me give you a quick example. Now, as I said about the watering, I won't be watering it because I've just made this arrangement. I've just put them into the soil. I do not want to take a chance of again rotting it with very difficulty. I happen to get this one, so I do not want to make any mistake. But if I have to give you an example, you can do top watering or bottom watering. Both of the methods will work out really well. For top watering, you can take any bottle that has a nozzle like this and just water on the soil. Just need to water on the soil. And if you are doing bottom watering, all you need is a tray. You just place the pot in the tray and then you just fill it up with water. And you have to leave the pot in the container until and unless you tend to see that the upper layer of soil is completely dark in color. When the upper layer of soil is dark in color, it indicates that the soil is moist. Once you feel that the upper layer of soil is wet, you then take it out and you keep it aside. Please do not leave your pot in this container overnight, even if there is very little water as well. Please do not leave your succulent pot in this container overnight with water. Your succulents will get rotted. Be very careful, guys. These are all small little details that do matter. At times we feel it's not going to make a big deal if I'm going to leave my pot in this and keep it overnight. You might have seen one of my video of the moonstone wherein I had forgotten the pot in the container with water, and the next day itself one of the moonstone had rotted. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put the link in the description below. You can check it out. Now, let's say you are a person who tends to forget, or let's say you are very preoccupied and you happen to leave it in this. So ensure that you're not doing it at that point of time. When you are in your free time, do it that time, because if you're going to leave the container in this filled with water, it will definitely rot the very next day, depending upon the variety of succulent you have. Some succulents might rot faster, some might take longer time. So be very careful. Do not make that mistake. It's a very small little detail and it can cost you your succulent. So be very careful. Apart from that, it's a very simple process. As you can see, I did the cutting, got the roots. Again, this all depends upon my environment. I give a lot of credit to my environment because it plays a very important role in cultivating succulents or growing the succulents and keeping this hobby. My environment plays a very important role. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.